In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of Bunch of Bananas. I'm your host Kevin, and I'm already out of breath, bro. Anyways, today we're here with
Benji or Kai. Hello.
How you doing, Benji?
I'm good, man.
Benji, right?
Benji.
Yeah,
yes.
that's how we refer to you.
Yeah. We'll go with Benji. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
Just like chat shit for an hour.
basically.
Yeah.
Would you like to explain yourself to the audience real quick?
Yeah, I'm a rapper and singer-songwriter. Half Japanese. Currently based in Bristol. I sort of do all sorts of like genres. Trying to keep it diverse, keep it varied. I'm currently on about a half hour of sleep, so if I look like I'm buffering, it's because I am buffering. But yeah, man, that's me.
Yeah, sick, man, sick. How was So last night you did a gig, right?
Yes.
How was that?
Shoreditch. It was good, man. It was the first official London booking.
Yeah.
And it was out in Shoreditch, and I was emceeing on some garage, some bassline, bit of 140s. It was sick. It was really good to like meet people.
Yeah.
It was in Basing House, which I've never been to before. But yeah, good vibes, man. Good vibes. And I just like emceeing is great fun because obviously I do like the whole like my own artistry stuff and I do my songs and stuff. But emceeing, you're spitting verses for an hour and like
on the top of your head.
Not off the top of my head, but I've memorized. I've got all of it memorized, so it's just like.
For a freestyle thing.
Yeah. If I could freestyle, that's like I feel like that's a superpower.
I don't know how people do it, you know.
It's different. It's like what I want to do. I study psychology, right?
Yeah.
And something I want to study is like the relationship between potentially ADHD and ability to freestyle. Because I know some people, like some of the best freestylers I know have got ADHD. And it makes sense though, doesn't it? Because it's like if your brain is working at rapid rates.
Yeah.
You're freestyling.
Yeah, a lot of people misinterpret what ADHD is. Like, you know what I mean? Like ADHD can do a lot. Like for certain people with ADHD, it could literally, like you said, that their brain works at a rapid rate and it fixates on one thing.
Exactly. So I think it'd be a really interesting thing to study. I want to find get some of my mates in an MRI scanner. See what's going on in there. Cause I think
like that, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Is
it so? You know, like is it Charlie the Booth and all that kind of stuff? They do like the freestyles. Yeah. I don't know if they're. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they're actually freestyling.
It's the thing. I feel like there's like misconception of what like. There's different types of freestyles.
Oh,
so there's a freestyle and like
on top of your head, isn't it?
Yeah, there's completely off the top of your head and you're freestyling. Yeah. But then there's like a Daily Duppy. People call that freestyle, but that's not off the dome. Like they've written that, but it's just like freestyle in the sense that it's got no like structure. There's no hook.
Yeah.
Pre-chorus. It's just like bars. Yeah. So I feel like there is a difference.
So my favorite is the ones that are on the top of the dome. Like, do you know there's this TikToker who does it? Harry Mack. He's fucking insane.
Bro, I don't know how he does that. You know,
bro. You give him. He asks for 3 words. You can give him fucking 7 words, and that guy is just dropping it all freestyle and everything on the top of his head. Man. It's fucking insane.
It's so crazy to the extent that I'm like, surely there's got to be some trick that he's found to like. He's got to have like bars already written, and then he can just like.
He said something though. He's like even when he's fucking up, he adjusts it like in a way that it doesn't seem like he's fucking up. Like my guy's brain is just working differently, you know.
It's insane. He's been doing it for time as well.
Yeah, it's true.
I feel like if you keep doing it, you just, you know what I mean.
Yeah, obviously, if you keep
repeating
repeating something enough, you become good enough.
Yeah.
You become like extremely skilled at it. And in his case, he's fucking aced it, bro. My guy's he's hit the like. The fucking the pinnacle of freestyling
ability.
Yeah. Do you want to start? Japan. What are the words?
You want me to? Mate, I this is gonna make me look like the worst rapper on the planet. I can't do it.
I'm playing.
That's one of my biggest fears. Is like I'm somewhere like big stage. So I was like, can you drop a little freestyle? And I'm like, no, mate, no, I can't.
No, I'm playing. I was joking. No, that's jokes.
I thought you were about to put me in the bin there.
I was so confused what the fuck he was asking about.
Yeah, I was trying to, you know what, yeah?
I was like, what the fuck?
I was trying to think of 3 words in my head. I couldn't think of 3 words, bro. Do you know what I mean?
And he's coming up with a fucking freestyle.
Yeah, man. Shit, all I thought was Japan. That was terrible.
It's because he's Japanese, isn't it? That's what you're saying. Yeah. Came to your head, isn't it?
Probably. I do spit about Japan a lot, to be fair. I try and get that in the bars.
Yeah, how did you start that? Like, what came into your mind? Like, how did you...
What with writing?
With writing with Japanese.
Incorporating Japanese
language into
to your raps.
I think so. Again, this is something worth putting out. I'm not fluent. Like, I was brought up
It
in.
sounds fucking fluent, mate.
I don't know if it is. Like, I feel like.
I mean, anyone that don't know.
Anyone that
Japanese-
doesn't know, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
This is the
true.
thing my mum was saying to me. Like, my mum's the Japanese one. She was like, you could have said anything with a Japanese accent, and people would have like people would have accepted it.
How
Like,
much did she catch you out with it though? Like,
No,
because she knows Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's like there in audience, like,
like-
she's like, this guy.
She's like, these guys. She's like, oh, the audience is shy, but he's saying this.
Yeah.
It's not even right.
Yeah.
You mean like it's grammatically incorrect?
No, it is. This is the thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's not like, my Japanese. It can get me about. Like,
Yeah,
if I was
that's
in
good.
Japan,
Yeah.
I can order like a sandwich.
That's all you need, bro.
Exactly.
That's
I can
all
get
you
on the
need.
train. I can order a sandwich.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
grammatically, it's not. I haven't got it down, and she knows that.
Yeah.
But she's not gonna spend the whole time.
She's
She's
like, I hope this does not air in Japan.
Yeah.
That's most of us though. Like, obviously because we were raised here, innit?
Yeah.
And then obviously our secondary language, so in my case is Vietnamese. It's like you, it's a broken Vietnamese, sorry.
Yeah.
So like,
But it will get you about.
yeah, do you know what I mean? It'll get you about. As long as it
Yeah,
gets you about, then it's fine. Like, as
Yeah.
long as you can order food, which is, I don't know, the most important thing to me when I go to Asia.
Yeah.
Oh, and family, and family,
And
Facts.
family,
and
yeah,
family.
yeah,
But I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like,
Family.
aside from family, it's food. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
food, innit?
Yeah.
I don't really. Like the sights are alright, but for me, it's the eating, the visiting
Food.
family. You know.
Bro, I'm trying to memorize, like the dim sum menus. Like, I'm just trying to memorize
Jeez.
those types of dishes
Yeah.
with my
Yeah.
Chinese. That's what I need to know.
As
As long as I get that down, exactly.
Putting out the pictures, man.
Yeah.
Putting out the
Yeah,
pictures.
No, like there's a Japanese restaurant in Bristol called Don Don.
Okay.
Shout out Don Don because I always forget the name of the guy that runs it. It's one guy. He's actually Japanese. He's from Tokyo, and he set up this place called Don Don, and they do like donburi, which is like it's like a rice bowl with like meat and vegetables on top.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then he also does like just like katsu curry and like bento boxes.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
a
yeah.
legend. And like me and my friend Alyssa, shout out Alyssa, half Japanese as well. We go there, and every time we go, she orders fluently in Japanese.
Oh,
like,
that must
it's
make
just
you feel like-
flawless. It's
She's
flawless.
just showing you up, bro.
No, fully. And like, there's part of me that's like, I should be able to order like what I want.
Yeah.
But then because she's done it so flawlessly, grammatically perfect,
Yeah.
I press it out at the last minute. I'm just like,
You
oh,
just speak English. Fuck
sorry,
it, I'm
can
not
I
gonna
get
try.
a
You know.
box, please? Yeah, exactly. But there's a part of me that's like, I need to go away, memorize that menu,
Yeah.
come back, and
Yeah.
then just like impress.
But was she born here as well? Or?
I don't actually know. She's half Italian, half Japanese, so I don't know.
Crazy.
I can't remember. It's a
Same-
sick,
Crazy.
That's the same combo
food
right
wise,
there. You know.
food-wise, that's
Yeah,
brilliant.
man.
Getting best of both worlds. And
Yeah,
that
no,
one, innit?
exactly.
Do you know what I
That's-
hate about language?
What?
Is that if I start in another language, I have to finish it in that language as well.
No, I don't.
So it's
think
like,
that.
well, let's say I start Chinese, yeah.
Yeah.
My Chinese is very limited.
Okay.
So when I started like you're ordering Chinese and they have like start chit chatting, I'm like for fuck's sakes, I don't know how to end this conversation.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but like, do you not sometimes like deal where you're like, you say something in Chinese and then finish with like, please or thank you?
I tried. Oh well, yeah, I have to because my otherwise, mate.
Otherwise, it's
It's game
finished.
over.
You know what?
Game over
Vietnamese,
for me.
I speak Vietnamese as much as I can, and then I filter in the words that I don't know how to say in Vietnamese with
Uh-huh.
English words.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's most people that can't speak
Yeah,
it fluently.
yeah,
Do you say those English words in an accent though?
Nah, do you know what? Do you know what?
You know what? I do as well. Actually,
You know what?
shit.
I've realized is when I don't know why I do this, and my sister's pointing it out to me. But when I'm speaking with someone that's Vietnamese, if I speak English, my English becomes it becomes like how do I put it? But how do I put it? Do you know when it? Like I speak English now. This is how I speak English, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm speaking with a Vietnamese person in English, like my uncle in Vietnam, who has limited English, I take on a very Vietnamese accent.
Yeah. I think that's a common thing.
I don't know why I do it. I feel like it's a
It's,
subconscious
I don't know.
thing.
Maybe it sounds more like it
No,
just
because-
sounds more authentic.
Because it's weird though. Because when I actually speak Vietnamese, I don't have a Vietnamese accent.
What you say? You got like a British accent?
Yeah, I got like a
Vietnamese?
British Vietnamese accent.
Yeah.
But when I speak British to a Vietnamese person, then I take on a Vietnamese accent.
Vietnamese
Does that make
accent.
sense?
Yeah.
That does make sense. Maybe you're compensated for the fact that if you're speaking British, because if you're speaking
Compensate.
British in just like a British accent, it's like there's less likely. Maybe in your head, it's like they're more likely to understand you if you put a little bit of you sprinkle a bit of Vietnamese.
Do you know what? That could be
accent
it. That could be it.
Because you want to be able to communicate. At the
Yeah,
end of the
because my
day.
uncle's English is quite limited, isn't it?
Yeah.
So maybe that you could be right. Maybe I am compensated. So hoping that he will understand the English.
Yeah.
Just by, like you said, adjust the
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
as close to Vietnamese as possible. So there's like I'm in between, you know. I'm
And he's just
hovering.
listening, like, why the fuck are you putting that accent on?
Nah, you know what? He don't clock. It's the people that know English and know how I speak, like my sisters, for
Yeah.
example.
Okay,
that
yeah.
clock and like, why are you doing
Why are you
that?
doing that? Yeah.
Like,
It just
they're
happens.
like, why
man.
do you do
Yeah.
that? I'm like, to be fair, I didn't even realize it until you pointed it out.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But alright, let's talk about your actual music, man.
Okay, yeah.
I just realised we always do this. We go on a topic. We're supposed to speak about that topic, and then we do a straight
All right,
up
Dad,
U-turn.
you're so aggy today. So you know what I mean?
I told
today.
you. I don't wake
He's
up
like,
at
oh
this
yeah,
time
I'm
on
here
a
to do
Saturday.
business. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Man, relax,
I don't
brother.
business.
wake up at
Relax,
this time.
man.
You know what?
Drink
Listen.
your cup of tea. Yeah? What you got? Your
So I
coffee.
ran out. That's the problem here.
For
I ran
God's
out.
sakes, man.
All right, let's talk about your actual music though, man.
Let's talk
All
music.
right. So obviously you was on the verse. Can you tell us like how that went down? Like how was it?
Yeah, I mean the voice was crazy. Like again, super surreal experience.
Yeah.
To be honest, it felt like it happened to someone else. So it basically, I went on. It all got filmed September 2021,
Yeah.
and that was like when I first moved to Bristol.
Mm.
And then it didn't come out. It didn't get aired until September 2022.
Oh wow.
So I had a year where I had to keep it. Like obviously, I told my family, I told like,
Yeah.
my friends and stuff. I had to keep it pretty under,
Pretty low key,
under the
Couldn't even
radar.
talk about
It's like that.
Yeah, no, exactly. I couldn't like announce it or anything like that until September.
What was
So-
if you did announce it? Do you reckon there would have been like
we
some
signed
repercussions?
NDAs and stuff. Yeah, if I'd announced it,
Yeah.
they would have.
Yeah.
They could have.
Man, that must have been hard keeping a lid on that, innit?
But also, it was like kind of I wanted to because in my head I had like a year
Yeah.
between like in that period where I was in Bristol, where I was like, right, no one knows I got this big thing coming up.
Yeah.
I now need to do as much as I can before to like prove that. Basically, I guess to sort of say to myself that I don't need the voice to make me like to make me feel like an
Yeah.
artist.
Oh, yeah, fair.
I feel
So,
that. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, so I spent that the year between those two Septembers sort of building myself up as an artist in Bristol,
Yeah.
and I had my first like headline show in Bristol before The Voice came out,
Mhm.
and I was starting to get more bookings before The Voice came out. Then The Voice came, and it was suddenly like, oh shit, like we saw you here, we saw you there,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and I have clocked there's a few people that be like, oh, you did The Voice, and then you started getting bookings, and I'm like, nah, bro, it was it was sick. But like I said, because I had that year of build up, it was like it felt like it happened to a different person.
Yeah.
Because before I came to Bristol, I didn't feel like an artist particularly.
Mhm.
But it was being in Bristol and like networking
Yeah.
and doing jams, doing open mics, and then slowly getting bookings. I was like, this is what being an artist is about. This is like organic growth as an artist.
Yeah.
And then The Voice was obviously it's a huge stepping stone,
100%. Yeah.
but in terms of like how valuable the experiences are, I think there's kind of they're weighed differently. In terms of
Yeah.
it was great exposure though.
It is great exposure.
Yeah.
Like the thing that I've noticed is that obviously because I knew about you coming on the show obviously today, and obviously it's been a week. I've known for about a week, innit? So I've been speaking to like some of my friends about I'm gonna be filming the podcast on Saturday, and we're gonna have a guest coming on who's on the verse. And they'll ask me details about it, innit? And I'll be like, oh, like his name's Kenji, and I'll show the video.
Benji.
Oh, is it not Kenji?
Yeah, like that,
I was
yeah.
like, Kenji just came on my
Wow,
head.
mate.
It's business mode.
Jesus Christ, this guy, man.
I want to keep that in.
Nah, but look, so basically, I'll show the video. But it's this guy that raps in Japanese. I showed it to my sister. She said the
mad.
same thing.
Yeah.
Mad.
So basically, even when people don't fully know your name yet, they
Guy that
know
raps in
about. Yeah,
Japanese.
it's literally the guy who raps in Japanese on the verse.
Yeah.
But that is good exposure.
Facts.
100%.
Because then if someone does mention it, let's say, I don't know, some friends are out and they're speaking about, they're showing it off. Like, I know this guy.
Yeah. No,
And then
exactly.
it's like, it's good awareness, and then it just slowly starts to build up more and more.
Facts. I think the weird thing for me about that is that like on The Voice, the way again going back to this thing about like I don't feel like I was like an artist in my own right on The Voice. I was performing, but like I was doing covers first of all of like I did 7 rings for the blind audition. They were all covers, and I had my own verses within those covers. But it wasn't like obviously I wrote the verses, but like by virtue of it being covers, it's not my my track. So there's a part of me that's like, and also I was Kai Benjamin on The Voice, whereas now it's like I've been Benji since I started doing rap. Like, that's been the sort of artist name, artist persona, whatever. So it's like it's almost like there's these two separate identities. So it's kind of like there was Kai Benjamin that did The Voice, and there's also Benji who does
Evolution, baby.
It's
not too. It's evolution.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it,
Yeah,
isn't
true.
Yeah.
But you're slowly finding yourself as an artist, as you said, innit?
Yeah.
Absolutely,
The Voice was the start, like I guess the point where you started to become an artist, and then now you slowly come into that role more and more.
Yeah.
Now you're booking gigs.
Yeah.
Got a festival coming up, which we're going to speak about shortly. So
Yeah. What's crazy is though that you rapped in Japanese, but in like a grime rap, UK rap kind of voice, and that was like so like different. Like I've never really heard that before. I only listened to like 88 Rise and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
All the stuff from West Coast.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you rapped in Japanese and all that, I was like, right, this guy's different.
Oh, bless man. I think like grime is what got me into rap in the first place. I was saying like I think it was like year 7. I listened to Gang Signs and Prayers or something. Yeah, that's just kind of common where you're like in year 7 or whatever. But then I just got really into it, and so like all my flows and like sort of cadences, just the general lyricism is a lot of it like influence wise is drawn from grime. Yeah, and so when I got like when I was told that I was going to do 7 Rings, I was like tempo wise, I can spit grimy flows on this, and it seemed right to do that. That's I guess what kind of started it. So I wanted to include that. But there's not a lot of Japanese grime, but there's like a little bit. There's a little
really?
There's a little community
that
are doing it, and they are sick. Like there's this track. It's a remix. It's an all-star remix, Korean and Japanese, of a track called Next Level by a UK artist called J-Mal. And it's got like I think 8 Korean and Japanese artists on it doing grime. It's just straight grime, and it is sick. Wow! It's unreal.
Are they based in London?
What, the artists? Yeah. No. He flew over and
right.
And they filmed the whole video over there. If you've got time, listen to it. It's hard, mate. It's a sick track.
Do you know what?
After this,
Yeah.
Asian music is getting a bit popular now. It's slowly coming up. Yeah.
I feel like it just started off with K-pop, I feel like it started off with like all the Korean music, and that's brought attention to Asian culture in terms of music. And then now, obviously, that's where it started. I feel like, I'm not saying it is, but I feel like that's where it started. Yeah. And now people, Asian artists are all just coming out of their shell. And now all their music is slowly starting to spread. Facts.
Do you know what I feel though? Because I feel like back then, Asian people didn't really do music like that, as a profession. Yeah. But I feel like now, kids growing up, especially in this generation, they're like, I don't know if they're allowed to do it, but like they're more open to.
I mean, back in the day when they did do music, it was more of like the classical, like
piano, that kind of stuff.
Do you know what I mean? Piano and all those other instruments. But now, we're bringing in like rap. Do you know what I mean? Like all, it's just becoming like with him, it's evolution.
Yeah.
I think I feel like there have always been those artists in Asia doing their thing. I feel like the difference is now it's become globalized. Yeah. So I feel like whereas before, like there was, like
they were hidden.
They were hidden, or they were within their own
like localizing
countries. Yeah, exactly. Like it's only I think in the last like decade or so where it's like K-pop, J-pop as well. Like they've gone global. Like BTS is like, it's like international. Whereas before probably artists like that would have been specific to Korea country, or Korea and Japan. But I think it's as well. I think it's partly as well to do with the fact that I think there's a lot more just general media representation of Asian people, like stuff like Squid Game, for example. Which actually
we've spoken about this.
I wanted to chat about this because like obviously it's interesting to see people's takes on Squid Game because I think it's got quite a lot of mixed opinions.
You think? Well, what's the opinions about?
Like, when it comes to Korean dramas, right, and like with the, like just their audience, innit? And what we expect from Korean dramas, we've spoken about before, like it's the romantic comedies and whatnot. Squid Game is a completely different turn in terms of the Korean dramas that are usually quite popular, innit? But it did so fucking amazing.
Did insane.
I think it is a lot different to what a lot of Western media really presents on TV. Yeah, but that's why I think it did so well.
There were some other dramas that came away from the normal Korean dramas that you usually see that were pretty popular as well. What's that one? It wasn't even Korean. What the fuck am I talking about? The Japanese one. Did you ever watch that Japanese one where they go to they end up as parallel Japan?
Alice in Borderland.
That's it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, obviously you have your typical Asian dramas that are popular, right? The romantic comedies. We've spoken about that, so I'm not gonna go too much into detail about that. But now you got these other genres of Asian dramas coming out that are becoming popular. Yeah. So Alice in Borderland. What's that other one with the monsters? Sweet Home. Was it Sweet Home?
Mate, you're talking waffle for me. I'm like, this guy, like, I don't even know, man. No, yeah. There's monsters and stuff.
The monsters in the apartment place.
Yeah, that one.
And then obviously Squid Game came out, and that was so popular. It was just globalized. Globalized.
That whole like thriller genre, like within like Asian media, I think it's like Parasite, for example. I think it's one of the best films. Like, it's one of my favorite films of all time. Like, I rewatched it recently with like my mates who'd not seen it before. Yeah. And like the first time I watched it was a while ago, and I forgot that there's just this like the first half of the movie is like it's like that kind of rom-com family vibe. It's like, there's nothing too deep going on here. And then it goes mad. There's
dark,
the
bro,
guy
dark.
in the basement where he's like smacking his head at the
Bro,
wall.
that just walks up slowly up. Oh,
it's
my
insane.
God. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I think they're so good with that. Like I watched after Squid Game, I saw All of Us Are Dead.
All of Us Are Dead was good, but I don't like the end.
All of Us Are Dead.
They're doing another
zombie
season,
one,
aren't
man. The zombie Korean drama.
It's like in a college, and then they all.
Oh yeah. I watched that one.
But you know what? The thing is, I don't think people remember this, but Asian people make the best type of horror genre films.
Mate, yeah.
Because if you forget, don't forget, because the horror movies, the best horror movies were Asian.
Yeah.
Were Asian horror
Grudge.
movies. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel that in terms of movies, Asians had the best horror movies. And then obviously, you know, it took a while, but they brought that into you know, TV series.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, with the way they do it, it's gonna do well, you know.
Yeah.
Like, they're just too good at like making series, like drama, like, you know, the normal dramas, and now they're incorporating what they were good at before into like now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
No, 100%. Have either of you seen Physical 100?
I have.
Do you know
What do you
what?
think of that?
We've spoken
'Cause
about.
have you spoken about it as well?
No, I don't think we spoke about it on the podcast. But the thing I like about it is the fact that obviously, you know, I keep talking about Korean dramas, but obviously Korean dramas, right, have created this representation of, you know, Asian men, innit?
Well, Asian
being
people.
quite soft, you know, good looking, but quite soft in it, not really masculine. I feel like
That's true.
Physical 100 has kind of shed light that they're not all like that. You got masculine Korean men, you know, like masculine Asian men out there.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking about it. I feel like that might have been part of the reason why that was developed.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'm not saying it. That's why they.
Do I think though? Because I feel like it's so with Asian media, right? It's just like it's either one or the other.
Yeah.
Because there's not that much coverage of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like people put us in boxes rather than we're just like all average normal people.
Yeah.
So when people like think about all Asian all this and that, they only think about buff Asians or like romantic
cute
Asians.
ones.
Yeah, the cute ones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like nah, man. There's like a whole spectrum. Yeah.
100%.
So you know, like Beef. Have you watched Beef on Netflix?
No, I haven't seen that.
That's like basically. I feel like it's obviously an Asian. There's Asian actors in there, but it's more like a normal film. Like, it doesn't really highlight Asian people. It's just like a normal film. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's when the best movies or whatever is when it's just normal.
Yeah.
Like Parasite. It didn't pretend like to be. It wasn't like fixed on it being Asian.
Yeah.
It was just a normal movie.
Yeah. It was
You
a
know what I
drama that occurred.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's when that's like the best when it. Blah, blah, blah. Man, I've been waffling as well, mate.
Do you know, with Parasite, it was just that unexpected. Like, it was unexpected.
Switch,
like the
Yeah.
switch up was just
insane.
they done it. The
Insane.
transition they showed in the show was just that good.
Didn't it win the Oscars? It did, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, it did bits.
Yeah.
It did
Also,
bits.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, man. I watched
Another
it several times.
Go in Asia. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I don't think I've seen that.
You watched too many
Mate.
fucking dramas, that's why, mate.
It's insane. Like again, mixed reviews. Like my parents watched it.
Yeah.
Like mum did not get it.
Yeah, I don't think they would get it though.
They like she just didn't
Yeah.
feel it. Like I don't really cry at films, but I watched this twice in a fairly short space of time, and I cried both times.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the only films that I can say that I've ever cried at. But it was like that's when I know that. And then other points I was just like screaming with laughter.
Yeah,
it was just
yeah.
This, it was crazy. Like as an experience, just like a audio visual experience. Insane.
I put it on with my whole family as well.
Yeah.
All my uncle and aunties, my cousins. And they're like, Kevin, you watch this shit like with dicks flying around with sausage fingers. I'm like, what are you watching?
What are you watching? Bro,
No, yeah, but like,
seen this.
that's all they see though. Do you know what I mean?
crazy.
That's all they
Yeah.
see. But like, it's more.
There's
more.
a lot of dildos, mate.
What the fuck show are you guys watching, man?
Bro,
Honestly,
you need to watch
this
it.
one.
I'm not watching it now.
this one, like every award it could possibly win.
Yeah.
Is it that good?
It's ridiculous.
I mean, the way you guys spoken about it,
but
I
again,
don't know if I want to watch it, to be fair.
it's a Marmite film.
Yeah.
Like you could watch it and go, what?
You either like it or you
I
don't.
really think it's that.
To be fair, I did watch it like 3 times. So first time I watched it, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Second time I watched it, I was like, okay, started to get it. Third time I was like, oh my god, I'm balling.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
So
fuck,
it
watch
did take me time.
times?
Yeah. Because it's just
one
like
of those
I don't
ones
want to
you've
be
got
watching
to.
this
One of
show
those
3
ones, isn't it?
times.
Nah, but you feel like you have to
Just
to get
so
it.
much to process.
there's so much detail and so much like meaning behind every single scene.
All right, so you said you watched it about 3 times. So I'm guessing the third time was the time it really hit you, how good it was.
Yeah.
What about you? How many times
I
you
watched it twice.
Twice. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obviously, is the second time you preferred it over the first time?
I preferred it the first time.
Oh, okay, fair.
But it was just like I had to watch it the second time to verify the fact that I felt that way the first time. I need to check, like, is it actually this good, or am I just like feeling a bit emotionally vulnerable at the moment? But like, yeah, no, second time it still hit as hard. Like, it is. I would recommend it, man. Really, really good film.
Definitely.
And again, just in terms of representation, it's like it's sick because it does that thing. It's like what you were saying with Parasite. It's like it's an Asian family, sure, but it's like that's not the center point.
Yeah, exactly.
But also that's like from a representation perspective, super important because then we're seeing like, you know, Asian people on huge screens winning huge awards, and it's like fully can do it. No, it's sick, man. Really good film.
Does that ever come across your music? Like represent it? Do you ever like feel the need to represent?
100%.
100%.
Like I've got like my first headline show. I wore my Japanese my national team football shirt.
Yeah,
and
that goes hard. That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy is crazy.
Yeah.
I do respect that. I like the fact that you're representing Asian, like the Asian community.
Yeah. I think it's got to be done, man, because I feel like and this is a huge generalization, but I feel like especially I can speak, I think, on behalf of Japan, there's not a lot of like, there's not a big push to like big yourself up. And like celebrate yourself.
100%.
That's not done because it's all about, you know, modesty and being humble, which are great virtues. But I feel like in the UK, especially as a rapper, like the whole thing about being not the whole thing, but a big part of it, especially within like grime and stuff, is like you're bigging yourself up. You're just gassing yourself up. But I think to do that and be able to celebrate like a part of my identity, such as my Japanese-ness, is sick. Like, and I've got a track called "Make Way for the Asian," where I start spitting in Japanese halfway through that. And it's not out or anything, but I performed it live quite a few times. And like every time I performed it, there are like I'll see that there's Asian people start moving to the front of the crowd. And I've seen Asians just going wild. Like
that's crazy.
Just like and afterwards they'll come up and be like, bro, like that's never happened. Like, I've never been like celebrated on stage like that before. And it's like it's stuff like that that's like, it's really important to do that because it's nice to have that part of like your identity celebrated. And I think it's important. It makes you feel like valued, I think.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like, obviously, you know, you celebrate your identity, you celebrate your culture for yourself, but it's also your audience as well. You got a certain audience that's just gonna love that as well. Like you said, like the way they celebrated you is because they felt like, you know, you're doing a lot for them as well. You're showing off, you know, their culture as well. Showing that, you know, they're more than just, you know, the humble Japanese.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like you're bringing a massive awareness to it.
It's breaking stereotypes.
Yeah, definitely. Part
of it.
Which is what we should always. I feel like we just need to do that more
constantly.
The Asian community just needs to break those stereotypes more.
Yeah.
Because there's too many stereotypes for Asians out there. Too many, and they're not positive ones, you know.
No, there's some questionable ones.
There's questionable ones, man. I've been seeing the most annoying like videos on like TikTok, for example, when they ask questions like, "This might be just a bit random." Do you know when have you seen those videos where there's a guy go ask like a girl, for example, what ethnicity would not date, and then you got all these girls dropping out like the most. I wouldn't date Asians because they got this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I mean.
Do you know what? I already know what you're thinking.
They're dropping out all the stereotypes, and it's pissing me off. I'm like, first of all, I'm like,
you know what you should do? Yeah, just drop down, bruv.
It's just like, just prove it. You know?
Not just that stereotype, bro. Like even I love how that's the one that came to your mind, but I mean like just the general like.
Hey, what are you thinking there, bro?
Like just, you know.
All right. Like, no, I don't know, bro.
Do you know what I mean? Like basically, they just say loads of, you know, the typical Asian stereotypes. Like, I wouldn't date them because of this. Like all of them, and I'm like, the fuck.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, how are you dumb enough to say this on?
To believe that.
Exactly. And how are you dumb enough to be saying this on a video?
Facts.
You're just gonna get cancelled.
It's like, where do you get those views as well? Like, how have you managed to develop that sort of? Because a lot of I've seen the videos. A lot of them are like, you know, it's not like you're not that old. But it's like, how have you managed in like your short little life to have set yourself in these stereotypes? And obviously, it's not just about Asians. Like, if you're like sitting at that firmly in stereotypes, you're gonna have negative stereotypes about literally everyone. It's like, how do you get to that point so quickly? And I think you
can be so small-minded.
Exactly. And I think part of it's upbroading, but it's also like again, it comes back to media.
It also comes back to me, and it's just how like normalized Asian stereotypes are. Like, they can say this, and to be fair, the repercussions wouldn't be as bad as if they said it about another ethnicity, you know.
Facts.
So I just I don't like that. So I feel like, you know, things like you do, like in your music, like breaking stereotypes, I think just does good for the Asian community in general.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. That's what I'm trying to do. I was having a conversation with someone like at the show yesterday.
Yeah.
Because he's half Indian. So there was like this lineup. There was 3 MCs. There was a guy called Vision Obi, he's a white guy, and then there was JG, he's half Indian, and myself, half Japanese.
Sick.
And we were just saying like this is kind of cool. But we were just having this discussion about like the way that, especially within rap, Asians are viewed, and it's kind of like, do we have a right to be calling ourselves MCs and stuff like that? Like, because obviously culture's different, upbringing's different.
But you shouldn't feel that way, to be fair. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like, it's definitely one of those things that like you shouldn't have to feel that way. But like certain, like I think the worst comment I've ever received, worst compliment I've ever received was, I was doing a show and I was repping I literally had my Japanese like t-shirt on, and some guy said this to a mate first, and then said it to myself afterwards. He was like, "Oh, you're not bad for a white guy."
What,
like, bro?
Do you know what?
Fuck you on 2 cups.
I've got a question actually. I was like, okay, so as an Asian person who's working working on like you are an artist, how difficult would you say it is for you?
What like generally?
Like, just being an Asian artist. How
was there any barriers?
Yeah, like, what's the barriers for you as an Asian artist?
I think the barriers are mainly mental. So it's kind of like, it's going back to like, do I have a right to be MCing and stuff? And obviously lyrically, like, I'm not including, I don't know, it's like it's I try and keep it like super positive and like celebrating. I wouldn't say there's barriers, especially like somewhere like Bristol. It's like, one thing I've realized since moving there is like, belonging to like a minority, regardless of what that is, like, that's something to be celebrated. So actually I think more and more it's becoming like, it's something that I'm using like as a strength. Like, I think if it's something that makes you stand out and makes you unique from the crowd, I think, that's a strength. And being half Japanese in the rap scene is quite a unique. I don't really know any other half Japanese rappers.
In Bristol as well, bro.
In Bristol as well, bro. Yeah, like, I'm
from Cornwall, brother.
Yeah, hit on it, because there's 2 ways of looking at it, innit? Like, you can obviously be an Asian artist and then, fixate on the struggles of being an Asian artist, or the barriers that you have to overcome. But in your case, you're thinking of the positive side of it, which is you're unique. There's not that many, Asian artists out there, rapping in Japanese.
No,
So
exactly.
I mean, or not that I know of. You're the only one I kind of know of, to be fair.
Yeah,
well, it's good to know. It's good to know. Yeah, I think it's exactly that. It's having a unique selling point, and within, I mean, music in general, it's so saturated. Like, the market is so saturated. Everyone is trying to be the next like big thing. And like, you have to have something that you can go, well, this is what makes me stand out. This is what makes me different. Like, anything that you apply to, whether that's like festivals or funding, they will ask you like, what makes you stand out from other artists? And it's like, if you have that thing that you can use, it's like, it's great, and
use it, mate,
and celebrate it as well.
100%.
Do
you have a Japanese audience?
So again,
do you have a Japanese audience?
Not so much. I think, again, it's because like, there's not, from the places that I've lived and the places I've been doing performances, there's not a huge Japanese community anyway. I'm going to Japan in December, and I've got some friends over there that do music. So I'm going to try and like hit them up and see. I
feel like the Japan scene is different,
It is.
Do you think it'll be more difficult in Japan?
I've got no clue. Like, absolutely
it's so
no
weird,
clue.
because there's so many niche groups in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, it's so like, daytime and nighttime is different.
I don't know. I feel like for some bizarre reason, like, even though, I feel like if you do go to Japan, I feel like it'll be more difficult. Because I feel like you said, like, over here, it's a USP for you, and it's a unique selling point. But in Japan, it's that unique selling point.
I'm just white in Japan.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm not Japanese.
You're not unique no more,
It's like,
you're a white guy.
Yeah, I literally am, bro. I literally am. No, that's a good point, That's a good point. But then it's like,
wait, why are you making him doubt himself?
No, I was just trying to
celebrate.
Yeah, man.
Like, you see, obviously, like, how he was on the verse, innit?
Why are you trying to say he's gonna flop in Japan?
Nah,
Come on, man.
I didn't say that.
Come on, bro.
I was trying to say, do you know, like, how you was on the verse, right? And then, your audience on the verse, they celebrate you for your uniqueness.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not trying to be rude, but in Japan,
it's not.
You're not unique anymore.
Yeah. No, exactly.
So it becomes a bit. I think it becomes more difficult.
I think it's the music though that you produce, and that you.
This is another thing, because it's like, people, like, I don't do a lot of, like I said, I'm not fluent in Japanese, so like writing Japanese bars takes a lot more time than just writing normal bars.
Mom, what's going on? How'd you say this and that?
My ghostwriter.
Yeah.
But yeah, we gotta cut that part.
No. That's jokes, brother.
That's a
You
good
gotta
one.
shout out your mum. Mate.
Yeah,
You put your mum in the bottom of the song where it says written by.
Yeah.
Shout out your mum.
It's
Shout
a
out your
good
mum.
thing because it's like, you know, when you obviously for us, I think we're assuming it's for most Asians that don't know how to speak the language properly, you know. Your mum or your dad is your ghostwriter.
Yeah,
just in general, just speaking the language.
Yeah.
You won't
So
know
when you're
what
on the
to
phone
say.
to your
Like,
grandparents.
do you know what I mean? Like, oh, you don't know what to say. You're like, Mum, how do you say this?
Yeah,
How do you say this?
It's like mouthing at
You're like, and they just translate for you. That's what it meant.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how you say it.
No, exactly. No, going back to what I was just saying though, it's just like, I think the reason, like I said, it's harder for me to write Japanese bars. So I spend a lot of time trying to develop like my flows and my cadences and making them unique. So I don't want the Japanese thing to become like a gimmick.
Yeah.
So it's not like just like, oh, here's that guy that like, he'll spit like an 8-bar in Japanese.
Yeah.
Like, that's what makes him a good MC. It's like what I want to be able to do is build myself up as like an artist and just like just an MC that's like
Without that,
he's hard. And then suddenly if I want to like I see it as a special power.
Yeah.
It's like it's the level up, so I can hit that button. It's like suddenly I'll sprinkle a bit of Japanese in there, and it's like just adds a little bit something.
A little bit of MSG, bro. A little
Yeah.
flavor, you know what I mean?
A bit of flavour, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
flavour.
It's like, but it's the cherry on top.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly,
the whole. It's not the whole package.
No,
yeah.
basically, so it's like you don't want to become known for it. It was kind of like your, you know, the thing that got you through the door, and now it's not something you want to be kind of known for.
I think no. I think it's more. I do want to be recognized for the fact that like again like super proud of my heritage, and I want people to like you said, like you know me as that the Japanese guy that raps on The Voice. Like I still want that to be the case, but I want it to be more that like related to
even without that, people know you're good.
Yeah, exactly. It's like regardless, like I can step into a room and no one knows me. And I'll spit no Japanese lyrics,
and they'll be
but
like,
I'll still be able to leave that room and they'll go,
and they'll be celebrating your music still.
Yeah, exactly. And then if I go into that same room later on and I spit a bit of Japanese, they're like, oh shit, you can do that as well. That's what I want it to be more like. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do basically.
Sick, man. So go back to Japan. So what are you doing in Japan? You're gonna
holiday, mate.
Holiday, yeah? I thought you were there for work.
And a bit of business.
We'll try.
He's gonna mix that in there, you know?
Yeah, exactly. No, I've seen family as well.
Yeah.
And just eating a lot of food.
Oh
mate.
yeah, Asian
Just
food.
eating a lot
I'm
of
jealous.
food.
I've never been to Japan and I really want to go. I could have gone with this guy, but
So, have you been?
I've been, man. It's
I'm
different
jealous,
over
man.
there, bro.
Whereabouts?
I've been to Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto,
Mm.
and some other places I don't even know how to pronounce
Yeah.
or remember.
Yeah,
But
valid. Yeah,
you know, it's so
I want to go.
it's so weird, man. It's a different. It's such a like society over there is just different. I felt so.
completely.
I don't know. I felt really uncomfortable.
Okay.
Someone that come from London, like you know, coming from London, it's just like a whole different world.
Yeah.
Like everything you have to be like to yourself. It's
Yeah,
it's just weird environment. You know,
Very conservative.
very
Very
conservative.
conservative. I think something my dad actually noticed. Like he used to do quite a lot of work in Japan, and like something he noticed is the way they speak. They speak very formally, and everything they do is quite formal. And I think it's partly to do with the fact that they were closed off from the rest of the world. Japan was like closed off, like trade wise. They didn't trade with the rest of the world until like I think like the 1800s, and even that wasn't like their own decision. I think some Americans rocked up. Right,
that's how it goes. That's how it
It's
goes.
always the case,
Yeah, always
exactly.
the case.
Another country rocks up.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it.
Yeah. But you know, so for a long time they were very insular community, and even now, like, I was looking at I don't know. I read somewhere their levels of this is like a whole different segue, but like their immigration, for example, they let in very, very, very few people.
Oh, yeah.
Like a shockingly small number of people.
So small.
And it's like I love the country, and you know, proud to celebrate it. But there are certain elements. It's that conservativeness that I'm a bit like. That needs to be opened up a bit. You know, and that's something that is definitely an area of change that could happen. But I think it's because they were shut off from the rest of the world for such a long time, just doing their own thing, that it's kind of like, I don't know, like their formality is almost like we were in the Victorian era. That's the way that Dad put it. So the way that how formal they are with their speaking and like their mannerisms is almost like the UK was back in the Victorian period, which is like a weird way of putting
comparison. I think it's a good way of looking at it because it's true. It is true.
But also they're super advanced as well.
In
other areas, like
definitely.
technologically, they're like one of the world's like leaders. It's like it's really weird. It is I do know what you mean. It is.
There's a mix of like traditional and also like like future, like now up to date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just, but they blend it so well though.
Yes, yeah,
know what I mean?
100%.
I really want to go. Japan is one of the places I really want to go.
Yeah,
But I want to make sure that when I do go,
make the most of it.
I'll make the most of it. You know,
Yeah,
so maybe in a couple years.
Yeah,
You down? Yeah.
Of course.
yeah.
Do you know what? The only time I felt comfortable, I remember when I was on a train. It was like really early in the morning, and there was like this guy sleeping on the subway, and he started kicking me. That was the only time I felt like, oh my god, I'm at home. Like I was like, yeah. And he's like, I don't know, he looked like
Reminded
a
you of the UK, innit?
Yeah, he looked like he was in his like. Obviously, he did look like a Yakuza for some reason.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know, but that's the only time I felt like at home. Like, because you're just so. Because everyone's like,
someone's breaking out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was just so weird.
That's really interesting, to be fair. I've heard, again, similar, like, I've never felt particularly uncomfortable there, but I've never felt like when I go, I don't feel like necessarily fit in. Because I'm, like, we spoke about it earlier, when I'm there, when I'm walking through the train station, for example, like in the UK, I'm a short guy. You know, I'm not like.
Say that,
No, but like, you know, I'm not getting any.
No, we see it. Okay,
I'm not getting any medals.
Yeah.
Definitely, we never get medals for our height.
But like in Japan, I can see over everyone's heads when I'm walking through the station, and that's crazy. And it's like, but obviously, I'm aware that they all see me as like I'm this tall, and I'm not, you know, basically white. Over there. And a lot of like, you know, like family friends that I've got.
Such a thing to be big about, you know. Feel so. It must such a good feeling, you know.
It is.
I can't relate. We can't relate.
Now when I go back, I'm joking.
Nah, man, not even, man. When we go back, we're normal size, man.
Yeah,
we're just like everyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
For you, it's different, man. You get to experience what it is to be white.
Giant. Yeah. What an experience that is.
Yeah, man's using white privilege on that.
Nice.
We're cutting that part, man.
Gotta go. No, it's sick though. It's got its ups and downs.
Yeah,
but it's like you're saying, actually, it's that balance of super technologically advanced, but there's also like, and I love that. Like, obviously, you can go to the big city like Tokyo. You can go and experience that and see all the neon lights and the Shinkansen or whatever. But me personally, like, I think like if when you do go, the countryside, like the rural. That's where you're gonna, for me at least, that's where you find like the essence of Japan. Yeah,
like,
I
can imagine that. Yeah,
I like that's where I was born in, like a place called Hotaka, which is like.
You're born in Japan.
I was born in Japan. Yeah.
Swear.
Oh wait, no, you mentioned it. Bro, I need to listen more. I need to listen more.
What was the name again?
My brain is working on 1%.
What's his name again?
What's your name again?
It's Benji.
Yeah. Okay.
There's 1 second of processing there, you know. There's 1 second of processing there. I literally forgot. Almost called him Kenji for like 10 seconds.
Right, can you imagine?
But you know what I love about?
Huh? You found it.
Yeah, of course I filmed it, man. I don't make mistakes like that too much. But what's it called? You know what I love about like Asian countries that people don't seem to understand?
What?
The community is different in each Asian country. Like, I think some people might think that they're all the same, but they're all different. Like,
100.
Obviously in Japan, the community is more conservative, right? You go to Vietnam, it ain't like that. You got the, what's it called?
Why am I thinking of this stuff, man?
You got the street vendors shouting, you know?
Yeah.
Just shouting in Vietnamese.
Yeah.
It's just so different. It's just such a different experience. Like, wait, like, obviously when you're over there, Japanese people, they don't go out of the way to talk to you, right?
Yeah.
I feel like when I'm in Japan and people know that I'm a foreigner, they try to speak to me.
No, they won't.
They do try to speak to me. Like, or like I've spoken about before, like, you get treated either 2 ways. You either become a target, as in, like, you know, they try to get as much money as they can out of you. Or
no, Japan's not like that, bro.
I know exactly.
It's not, man. It's weird.
Or the other option is they treat you like you're a freaking king or something. They treat you like you're a king. You know, you go to a restaurant. You know, they're pulling out all the stops to make sure you're comfortable and you're taken care of. That's, like I said, that's one of the ways they treat you. The other way is you're a target. You got a big ass target on your back. Like, this guy's got money.
Do you think that depends on like where you are, like what you're doing?
I mean, I'm usually in the city, you know.
Okay, fair.
But I mean, like,
but like, is there certain places that you go and it's like you're more likely to be a target than a king?
I never paid attention that much, but it's just when you're like, you just going, you know, I'm walking along, you know, the streets of Vietnam, and I just go to a small vendor, right? Like a small, I go there and I buy, I don't know, I tried to buy this thing called soy. It's like this, you know, this Vietnamese food that you eat, right? And they charge me like double the price they charge. They charge me like double the price they charge, you know, a local.
Jeez.
And obviously to me it doesn't really matter because it didn't seem that expensive regardless.
Yeah.
but it's just mad. Like they charged me 100% interest. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know what though? It's the same as me though. When I go back to Hong Kong, as soon as I open my mouth,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, this guy's a foreigner. Like,
do you know what I mean?
they
They
know
know
in it.
Okay,
Do you know what I mean? And they treat you
Yeah,
differently.
they treat you very differently.
Do you
Like,
think that's a level of like? Is it? Would you say it's the same thing of like when they clock that you're a foreigner? Is there more respect or less respect?
it's hard to say.
Oh.
It's hard to say. Like, you know what? I can't speak on the behalf of everyone. innit? But like,
no, exactly.
it's hard to say. Like, I can understand why they do it though. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to affect us. To be fair, it's not going to affect us that much because even if they charged me 100% interest for what they would charge a local.
Alright,
It didn't affect. No, because you have to understand, right? You need to understand. No. You need to understand.
It's just flexing. No,
No, you guys.
Hey, relax,
don't-
yeah?
don't
Relax.
say
Let's just
that.
light
No,
on.
Yeah,
it's
man.
not that because, like I said, like even if they charge 100% interest, you have to understand the currency conversion from Vietnamese. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but Vietnamese dong.
Dong.
Yeah,
I think it's dong.
Vietnamese dong is much the pounds is much stronger.
Yeah.
Right,
So
yeah.
even if they charge me 100% interest, it's not going to affect me, but it's going to benefit them in the long run.
Right, so next time we go holiday, you pay for me.
Huh?
Yeah.
Nah, that ain't it, man. That ain't it. But like,
No, I feel like Asian countries, they hold Westerners to a higher standard though.
Yeah.
some reason.
definitely, because
It's just like it's because we.
they see the Western countries as a better life.
Yeah.
Well, and also I think it's partly to do with the fact that in a lot of cases I don't want to say we, like British or Britain or the US or whatever went to these countries and effectively enforced this feeling of we are.
Oh, that is possible.
yeah.
Because and then like historically you just have this like association of the West with like power
Yeah.
and money and like a lot of people.
It's
Can
not,
you
it's
imagine?
not wrong.
Like,
It's actually kind of it's actually true.
No,
it's- well, you look at Britain now though.
Yeah.
Like,
Bruv, it's changed, man.
look at it now, man. Like you're paying 50p for a Freddo.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
It's not the same.
paradise
Well,
that people
everything's,
make
it's-
it out to
everything's
be.
100% now. It's 100% increase in price. Like I bought what's it called, like a can of Coke. It's doubled in price now.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
Ridiculous.
everything's expensive.
Inflation's insane.
Yeah. This is the thing though. Even like before, Britain found itself in the shit show that it is in now. Like when my mum came over, this was like 20 years ago. Like
Back when it was good days.
well, even then though, like Dad had to like apologize to her repeatedly. Like they go to a restaurant,
Yeah.
and it's just like Mum's come from like Japan. Like she was working like this like holistic retreat center, they're doing like organic food and stuff. So like she's a massive foodie.
Oh yeah.
And like she,
My
and,
dad are on here and talk about food,
Yeah. But like they go to restaurants and afterwards Dad would just go like, I'm so sorry. I'm like this country, I apologize on the behalf of the UK because like I don't know, it's got to be an underwhelming experience.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I think so.
Unless obviously like sometimes people seek out the UK as like a safe haven and stuff like that. That's,
yeah.
I mean that's a whole
That's
other.
how it's
a
seen.
whole
That's
other
different.
thing.
That's a different thing, isn't it?
Different thing. But like coming over here having this idea of like, wow, Britain's so like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be, and you come over, it's like it's not like it looks in the movies, mate.
Yeah, you know what? The portrayal of like London in movies sometimes is just insane. I'm like,
Like things like
That's not the
Notting
country
Hill.
I live in.
Yeah.
Again, it's romanticised though.
Yeah.
Romanticised. And I guess that's kind of the role of the media.
yeah, that is what the media is for, isn't it? Just to make everything look better.
Yeah, but then again, you've got stuff like Top Boy.
Oh yeah, now that's a bit more realistic.
But it's like showing, so I guess it's just that balance, isn't it? But yeah, it's a weird one. It
is a weird one.
Do you mind if I put the toilet real quick?
Oh yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
We did
Jeez.
Did you play Pokemon?
Nah, no.
Are you even?
Oh, even Asian, I know.
Asian, bro. Come on.
This is one of the things I was thinking of before I came on. Like when I tell people that I'm Asian, especially Japanese, the first thing they chat about is anime. A lot of the time, most people go like,
people in Japan don't act.
I don't get why people do that though.
I don't watch like a lot of my half Japanese friends or my Japanese friends like
They don't
none
watch
of us
anime.
really watched.
Do you know what it is though?
Anime.
It's, in Japan, it's such a common thing.
Yeah.
Like over here, it's.
Do you mind moving up? Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
There you go.
But
Yeah, but I don't know why people do that.
No, I
Like,
understand because
always go to gravitate towards that conversation about Asian things.
Now you think about this in Western culture,
Yeah.
right? People that that know about Japan, they associate with like sushi, the typical like the stereotype about sushi, about anime, innit? But if you go to Japan, anime is it's normal.
It's standard. It's just normal
standard.
cartoons.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's gonna be exactly. It's normal cartoon. It's not gonna be
Yeah.
bigged up like that.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different experience for people who are Japanese, who see it as a minor thing contrary to people over here. Like, what's an example of this? Like,
I want to know what you do in Japan.
me, I don't know.
I feel like you go to the maid cafes, you go to the hentai sections. You know what I mean?
What'd you say?
The hentai section. You know that when they have the movie there. You know what I mean? You do that.
No, but what's like? It's like my best.
Nah, he would, man. I know it. I already know. I already know. Look,
tired of your shit, bro.
I already know, man.
Got a really interesting image of like.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
He's like there walking around like, oh, okay.
Oh,
He's trying to get me back for grilling him earlier.
He sees like Sailor Moon over there. Be like,
I'm not into Sailor Moon like that.
So come with me to this
man.
hotel, brother.
No, my girlfriend.
I already know, man. I already know what you be doing.
Shut up, you won't know shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
We'll go together. You can keep an eye on me. Don't worry. We'll go together. You keep an eye on me.
Document everything.
You can document everything you want.
We can do a podcast wherever, bro.
Fuck it, we can do it on the street, man. Doesn't even matter.
Yeah, man.
Fuck
I can already
shit.
see it. Have you been to those kind of things?
No.
Don't lie.
Yeah, don't lie.
Don't lie.
Come on, bro.
Wait, what are you doing, man? This shit's good for the podcast, you fucker.
It's fine. We're
funny.
rolling.
We're still rolling. Oh, right.
Yeah,
I'm still rolling. I didn't even realise.
No, it's calm.
I forgot. I completely forgot.
Nah, it's alright. Transitions.
Yeah.
It's different now. No.
Actually, let's not put that image out of you, like, of that kind of stuff.
We gotta keep that. That's good.
PG.
Yeah, keep it PG, man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to get sacked.
No, I've never done any of that.
No, not even like, I don't know, what is there? Maid cafes or...
Nah.
Nah.
But genuinely, like, bearing in mind as well, like, the last time I went to Japan was like 5 years ago.
Okay,
So I was like,
15.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's
so I would have been a bit weird. But yeah, and again, I spent most of
15-year-old Benji just going through the maid cafe.
Would it matter?
So no. Also, I don't spend that much time in the city.
Ah, but
a lot of the time is in the countryside.
With your family, innit?
With the family.
Yeah, that's usually what you. Usually, when people you go back to like Asian countries, you want to visit
See
your
the
family.
family,
Obviously, eat the food as well.
But in December, you go by yourself?
No, it's family.
Family as well?
Yeah, we're all going. But like the whole family. Well, mum went a few years ago.
Yeah.
But we haven't been as a whole family for ages.
Yeah.
But
Same.
me and my little bro, we're gonna travel together for 2 weeks.
That's
just the
it.
two of us, because he's
That's
just
when
like
they're gonna go to
18.
the maid cafe. You know?
Oh.
That's when, that 2 weeks of just like, no. But that's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
It's like, I've been to a few places in Japan, but I haven't like explored. I haven't spent time just going like, right, I just want to see as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
So he's
That'd
a
be
massive
sick.
foodie as well.
Oh,
Like, big,
that's
big
good for
chef.
you guys. That's
What's your favorite dish?
Favorite dish? That is a
Favourite
mad
Japanese-
question,
You can't ask questions like that, man.
What?
That
It's
is like,
You can't-
you
Come
know,
on.
it's
Too much
if I ask you
options.
what's your favorite
I can't even say.
dish,
Favorite dish
I
is
can
hard.
give you one.
Favorite
Exactly,
cuisine.
yeah, you
Favorite
can
cuisine.
ask
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Wait,
difficult.
I can't say.
When you ask-
I've got favorites.
Yeah,
Favorites.
favorites.
Okay, go on. Hit me.
Favorites is the right word.
Hit
Like-
me.
Just I mentioned it earlier. Donburi
Yeah.
is just it is different gravy. Like I'm pesky now, but like there's oyakodon. Oyako is like it's a weird name to be fair. It's mother child. It's basically chicken and egg with like onion and then like miso, soy sauce, and it's just like fried in a pan on top of some like hot rice.
Oh, that's
Different, but also like a good ramen.
Yeah.
A good ramen, just like, and I don't know many places in the UK where I've had like good ramen. But in Japan, there's like these bars like ramen and gyoza, and you go, it's just like everyone's slurping as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
everyone's just
And that's
Yeah.
making you enjoy it more.
Do you
as
know
well
what?
when you do
Asians
that.
know how to eat like that though. They
Facts.
make
They
anything.
enjoy it.
Yeah,
They
they
enjoy
proper enjoy it.
Yeah,
They
no,
do.
100%.
And then it hits hard with you because then you start to enjoy it as well. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck that
Yeah.
person's enjoying it. Let me eat as well. Let me eat as well.
No, exactly. But also, so in Japan as well, like I don't know about, because it's a gesture of respect. If you make a lot of noise when you're slurping,
Shows you're
like,
enjoying
noodles,
the food. You're showing
Yeah,
that.
the chef
Yeah.
wants to hear that. And it's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, but yeah, that person's enjoying
Yeah,
my
yeah.
food.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
just
It's like, what's that called? Validation, you know?
yeah,
And
exactly.
then everyone likes a bit of validation. Like,
Exactly. It's got to be a good feeling as a chef.
can't believe you asked that question though, man.
I'm sorry.
Favourite
All right.
You're, you're one person. Usually, for me, like when it comes to Japanese food, I'm basic, but I love sushi. I love sushi passionately, man.
Yeah.
Bruv, you need to try the sushi in Japan, man.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's-
Different, bro.
What's the closest that I've actually had to
Nothing.
sushi?
There's nothing here.
To be fair,
that
yeah, I
can ever
can't
compare.
compare.
Really
Can't
much,
compare
so.
here.
To be fair, on New Year's Day, we always meet up with like another Japanese family, and they always source like fresh sashimi from the
Might
fish
invite us
manga.
to this.
Oh wow.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That stuff's pretty good because it's like, I think it's a Japanese, like they import it.
Yeah.
Obviously not from Japan, but
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's a Japanese company, and then they get the fish locally. They know how to
It's the
prep it.
closest you can get to
It's
real
pretty
Japanese
close.
sushi, innit?
Yeah. When you went, what was like some of the favorite things that you had?
Oh shit! I remember going to this sushi bar. It's me and my friend, and shit, man, that the food, like it was
It's just insane.
insane. I don't know how I can't even explain it. Like it was just
I regret not going, but at the same time, I was broke that time.
It's expensive though.
You would have been so broke.
It's expensive.
Yeah, bro.
Japan.
After I heard how much he spent, I'm not gonna speak about it here.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
kind of
it's
glad
expensive,
also
bro.
that didn't go.
You can afford it though, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's a different story. Back in the day, that's my uni days. You know, that's when I was like, you know, living the broke life, eating fucking what's it called? Like, you know, the broke uni life.
Yeah.
Eating fucking noodles, everything, man. Out shopping at
Tuna.
Aldi.
Bro, you would, I love Ichiban.
Hmm?
Ichiban, the chain, ramen chain.
Is it not Ichiban?
Ichiban or Ichiban?
Ichiban, bro.
Ichiban?
The like Japanese street food and stuff like that.
No, the Japanese ramen place.
I don't know about that.
Is it not Ichiban?
You don't know about Ichiban?
I don't think
Search
so.
up. I think
You
It
need
would
to
be
go,
Ichiban.
brother.
It'd be
Ichiban or
It's Ichiban, bro.
It's
It's
number
Ichiban.
one.
Yeah, Ichiban then.
Yeah,
It's
Ichiban.
Ichiban.
I haven't. No, I haven't been.
Number one, and you can't even pronounce the name.
Alright. Shit, man.
That's a
damn.
smoke for the whole.
Is it? Honestly.
I'm saying, I told you.
This
I told
guy,
you
man,
already.
You came in with a
always.
I'm
pointy
saying,
crew.
I'm on 1%.
Fucking hell, man.
I told you already, my brain's on 1%, man. I'm cranky right now.
Raw,
Yeah.
man.
Thank
Fair,
you.
man. It's fair.
I'm
It's
telling
fair.
you.
Comes back from toilet and he's like,
What, me? He came
oh,
back from
yeah,
toilet.
yeah, and then you shout,
I mean, the entire-
favorite dish. You're like, we can't do no. Shit, man. God damn.
What else? I want to know, man. I want to get excited for my own shit.
Oh, what? Do you know what? It was like 3 years ago. This. Oh, I had what's that soup broth thing? It's like a hot pot, but like it's like a
What, like ramen?
Yakisoba.
No.
Yakisoba. Yakisoba is like
That's
like
the-
fried.
See, I'm getting confused now, brother.
Fried noodles with like vegetables.
I love soba, though. I don't
That
know
was good
why.
though. I had cold noodles there though.
Soba.
I love cold noodles for some
That
reason. I
was
don't know
good.
why, though.
Yeah.
I don't know why I love it. It's not like,
It should be like a complete no.
Yeah.
But like cold
Yeah.
noodles
but it just bangs.
with the ebi no tempura as well, the fried prawn, fried
Uh-huh.
shrimp. Do you have
Yeah, I
that
had
with the soba?
yeah.
And then there's the broth. So you have the big thing of the soba in like it's in like a
The bamboo
Yeah,
sort
that
of
thing.
delivery system. Oh, that looks so sick.
What?
Wait,
Okay, go.
Am I speaking right? You know, if you
What
got
are you talking
the
about?
soba restaurants in Japan, I've seen them only in like videos, and they have like the soba going through like
Oh,
this
I do know.
bamboo
It's
looking.
like a pipe. Made
Yeah,
of
it's a
bamboo,
pipe. It looks like a pipe,
and you scoop out the
and you
noodles.
scoop out the
Oh.
noodles. It looks so hard. It looks so hard, man. I feel like I love soba as it is, and to me, soba
Just grab
slaps.
one noodle.
But if
It's
I
gonna
was
mix,
eating from that, bro, it will slap
Yeah.
harder. I don't know why it will slap harder to me. It's just
I'm getting hungry now, you know.
yeah,
man.
no.
I'm getting hungry now.
it just makes it more entertaining. It makes eating the food more entertaining.
Next time we should do mukbang.
I think I'd be told that I'd be good
Shout
at
me
that.
for that, please.
Yeah.
I've been told I'd be good at that.
Please shout me.
Just
for
make
that.
sure
I'm
we're eating
back.
normal stuff, man. Some of these people that do mukbangs and they eating the maddest stuff.
Yeah, man.
I
Have you ever eaten live octopus or any, like
I'm
squid?
sorry,
or
that's
anything?
not me. That's not me.
What,
That's not
live?
me.
Live,
Nah,
yeah.
I can't do it. I can't do
Nah.
it.
Well, not live, but like it's alive,
do it.
and then they cut it up.
No,
I
And it's like-
can't do it. I can't do
Yeah,
it.
and it's like moving
I'm
around.
I'm not. I mean, like that's them, you know. But I can't do it.
No,
I can't do it personally, man. It's not for me. Don't get me wrong. I love cooked. I love octopus, but I love
Yeah.
it cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just.
Because you add the soy sauce on it, and it like just moves around.
No, not the
yeah.
one.
I puked
the one.
when I saw it, by the way.
That's and also because they're so smart as well. Like
Yeah.
intelligent life form. It feels wrong.
Yeah.
It feels
It's
wrong.
like, oh man, I can't. I don't know if I should speak about, it, but like, I watched this video, right? I don't know what the restaurant's name was, but it's like, they will literally cook the fish straight after they took it out of the tank,
Ah, yeah.
and like,
It's
it's the saddest thing.
It's the same as lobster, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same as lobster,
Oh,
same
I've
as
never
crabs.
thought about it that, but it's
Yeah.
like, okay, so I'll tell you about the video. So I watched this video, and basically a restaurant, they grabbed the fish straight out of the tank. They started skinning off, like getting off the skin whilst it was alive,
Horrible.
frying it whilst it was alive. It's just flapping about. I was like,
Mm.
I don't care how good it is, I can't eat it.
No.
It's like the restaurants where you in a boat and then you can just go.
Oh yeah,
You see that? Yeah, you fish your own fish.
Thing is, I think that's kind of cool.
It's
Okay,
a little.
so you know
You
what,
got,
okay,
you got like if you kill the fish, like if you actually catch it and then have to kill the fish, you understand what's gone into. You
Yeah.
sort of understand the
Yeah,
process.
yeah.
It's
I
not
mean,
like,
if they kill it, all right. In that case, if they fish it out and they kill it straight away,
Yeah. That's
then
calm, that's
you
calm.
know, GG in it.
yeah, and also you've like you're not just mindlessly eating meat.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you understand that you've had to kill an animal to eat that. Have either of you watched Seaspiracy?
Yes.
He has.
Do you know what? I still eat the salmon though. I still eat the salmon from Lidl and that.
Yeah,
But I don't know. When I saw it, I was like, "It's disgusting."
yeah.
I'm sorry, but for me, I can never stop eating fish. I can never stop eating.
No,
Alright,
but
you know what?
watch it first. Watch it first.
No, even I can never. All right.
It's disgusting.
No, don't get
by the
me
way.
wrong. When I watch these type of videos, like I've seen these type of videos, I feel bad. Don't get me wrong. I do feel bad But at the same time, nothing can make me stop
It's like,
eating meat.
it's like
My mum would disown me if I stopped eating fish. I
I
think.
can't stop eating. I mean, like,
a Japanese person not eating fish.
Like,
Come on,
you're not
man.
eating fish. Get out, mate.
Yeah,
I want to eat
literally,
the Japanese.
yeah, exactly.
Nah, like,
It's like-
the thing is, I see these videos. Don't get me wrong, I do feel bad,
Mm.
but I can't stop eating meat, especially fish and
Mm.
like seafood in general. I love seafood, but it's just I can't be put off of it like that because
Yeah.
I love it too much.
yeah,
I
exactly.
love my vegetables too, but I can't. Not enough for me just to eat vegetables.
Yeah.
No, but it's the fish in Seaspiracy. They eat their own shit and they have all these diseases and all that kind of stuff. Like
Aye, man.
it's actually really, really bad.
It's
innit?
grim. It's
It is.
grim.
You
Like-
live life once, man.
Yeah, well, that's also true. I think you do have to sort of draw like a line eventually. It's like how much are you willing to sacrifice? Because if it's true, we live life once, and it's the grand scheme of things is kind of short.
Yeah.
It's like you got to take
Enjoy
some enjoyment
yourself,
from
you know.
somewhere. It's like I say, when I come to, I'm normally pescatarian, but when I come to London, fuck it. Because I've got to have like a couple of days where you can just actually enjoy. Like if I see a fried chicken burger, I want to have a fried chicken burger. You know what I mean?
So you're like you're pescatarian, but you're not too strict about it. Like,
Yeah, well, I
if
just
you
think
have,
it's-
if you want to, you can just come out of it.
Yeah, it's a label. It's not like there's because
Yeah.
it's self-imposed.
Yeah.
No one. I'm not offending anyone
Yeah.
if I break out of
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, I just think, it's
Reminds me of you when you're you're only Vietnamese when it's convenient to you. Otherwise, he doesn't claim that he's Vietnamese unless it's convenient to him. Unless he's talking to some other Vietnamese people.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
Hey, bro.
Vietnamese.
Yeah.
I'm wifed up. Relax.
Otherwise,
relax.
otherwise,
I'm wifed up. Hey, shut up, man. Yeah, relax.
that's not the convenience. Is.
Yeah.
This used to happen back in the day when we were like
Okay.
first
Don't act
year.
like you didn't do it as well, man.
I've always
Oh,
claimed.
yeah, I'm Chinese when I want it. You don't even try it, bro.
I've always claimed that I'm Chinese Vietnamese, born in London.
Yeah. So
But
am I,
I
bro.
mostly
So am I. So what's wrong with
But
me?
I mostly claim that I'm Vietnamese because I can't speak Chinese.
But you still claim you're Chinese, though.
Yeah, but I am Chinese by root. By root, I'm Chinese.
Yeah.
But my family moved to Vietnam back in the day, and I speak Vietnamese, so that's what I claim myself as.
But you should, like you're doing the same thing.
Yeah,
as
but
me, though, bro.
it's only when you're.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
for
double
you,
standards, brother.
It's only when it's convenient to you. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's
I don't know what
happened.
you're saying.
When we're-
Anyway, moving on, yeah.
Right.
Moving on, yeah. Shit, man.
It's beefing.
I'm just
Beef,
saying.
beef, beef.
Honestly, that's how it is with us, man. Even back when we were like in university,
So-
we're always
constantly
beefing.
Yeah.
We're always beefing.
No,
So
fair.
it's always banter though.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hurt my feelings at
No,
occasional
banter.
points,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
ignore
Crying,
it. Yeah, exactly.
crying behind you. Music.
Yeah, okay.
music.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Any new music coming out?
Yes, yeah. I've got my next release,
Yep.
Any, which is out on May 26th. It's the
Mhm.
day before Love Saves the
Oh,
Day
shit, that's on
festival.
my sister's birthday, man.
Is
She's
it?
got a present
Because
for
you
you.
can see,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. I knew that. That's why I scheduled
Like
it
I
for that
planned
day.
it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I was, so that's out on May 26th.
Nice.
Really excited about that one. It's very like summery, bouncy, like kind of a Nux inspired beat.
Oh, yeah.
But
Is this the preview one?
that's the preview one?
Yeah? Shall we put it up?
Let's put
Yeah, let's
it
put it
up,
up,
man.
put it up,
Let's
put it up.
play it. Let's play it. I never know how to like sit and listen and react to my own music.
Just sit there with a straight face.
Just
man.
sit there, just like
Yeah.
You're not supposed to react. Let other
exactly,
people react.
exactly.
They will do the reacting for you.
That's
How do you feel about that when people like when you have to showcase a song and then you're just there like is it all-
performing.
yeah.
I'm happy to do it. Like to be honest, like if you ask me to perform this track in front of you, no qualms.
Come on, let's go.
Forget the video, man. Forget
Yeah,
the video.
man. Hey, we didn't even need this, brother. We didn't-
Forget the video,
Nah,
man.
play it,
we got
play it.
live music.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? Live performance right here.
We're playing tunes out of like a speaker. I'm like,
Hey, how long should I play this for then? 'Cause this is a little
You don't
sneak
wanna-
peek.
you don't
innit?
wanna reveal too much,
We'll
innit?
play from the start. Play
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
start. We'll get the drop in.
All right,
We'll do the
okay.
first hook. And then
He's gonna stop at the cliffhanger.
Mm.
Yeah, this beat goes hard though.
Yeah, it's like called Young Blake, I think.
You can pause it because I don't know yet.
Okay, alright.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Not
Nice.
that soon.
Let's start from the
Bang.
Yeah, let's start from
Did
the
you hate it that much?
My bad. All right. We're all getting roasted today, brother.
This is what I mean. I just like sit here.
Yeah, man. No, it's sick.
I like it though. It brings that anticipation.
Wait. Nice, man.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
If you don't want to link up, that's calm. Whole days in the pen in my palm, cause I never get tired when I'm writing up. Yeah.
Mate.
That's all you're
Bro, I was
getting.
getting into it, bro.
Mate,
Yeah,
26.
man.
Pre-save it
You
now.
know what? I just love the way like when people just because I don't know about you, but I got no musical talent whatsoever. So when I hear like beats like this, it's just
Yes,
it resonates a bit, you know.
Yeah.
And it also reminds me that I wish I could do something, you know.
I reckon you could.
No, I can't.
Hey,
I
you
genuinely-
should put him on the track.
No. I've got no musical talent. I genuinely can't. I'm
Nah.
tone deaf as well, man. Sometimes I think I'll be
Rap,
singing.
just rap.
No. I'll be singing and I think I'm good in it. And then my dad told me to shut up. My sister sings it's fine, but when I sing,
it's
Eric,
not the
shut
one.
up. It's just
What are you singing? Maybe you're just singing the
Eminem
wrong
or
stuff.
something. Sometimes a bit of Taylor Swift. You know what? It doesn't really
Bit of
matter.
Taylor Swift.
Hey man, Taylor Swift's a good, you know. Love Story's fucking live, man. That's my karaoke song. You know what? I don't mind singing at karaoke because when we go out for karaoke, like, let's just say we smash, bro. We smash.
Yeah, man.
So it doesn't matter.
Do you go
man.
So
karaoke?
jam. No, again, man. It's like
Asian
obviously-
karaoke.
Mate, are you even
I'm
joking?
sorry.
What's going on?
No.
Karaoke is like a big.
Hey,
Oh,
we'll
it's
play this.
Japanese
We'll,
culture,
we'll,
no?
we'll put this in the karaoke booth.
But I just,
I don't
May
think-
26th.
Don't think I can do it.
I just find it like I don't like doing covers. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you want your own original music?
I'd
only.
rather just like perform
that's fine,
my
man.
own thing.
Yeah,
Like it seems fun. Maybe I just haven't done it with like again, I don't have like, you know, where I grew up there was not a lot of Asian people.
Uh-huh.
So it's like I'm not gonna go do karaoke with a
Mm.
bunch of like just like my white friends because they're just gonna think this is whack.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's just like
I've been
people
trying
I've
to
been
put that out there, you know, to be able my work colleagues as well. Innit? I'd be like,
come karaoke.
we need to be doing karaoke, man.
Mm.
But they don't want it. They I did it as well with my white friends, and they're like, oh, do you have to like sing? Like yeah. Oh, you have to be
No,
a
you know
singer.
what? They're
It's not about that.
It's
It's just
not-
yeah,
yeah, having fun. Do you know what I
They're
mean?
fixated on like, oh shit, like how do they sound?
Yeah.
But when we go out with like, you know, our Asian friends, innit, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we just, you know, we're drinking.
Yeah.
And then at this point, everyone's drunk, and everyone sounds shit. Like I mean, people. There's certain like the ones that sound good are usually like the girls, and they're like, they're pulling out like the, you know, like the Korean music. They're singing like a whole new level, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then, you know, we take the mic and then
Yeah.
All hell's break loose. Anyway, going back to the song.
Okay.
Yeah. What was the inspiration behind it?
To be fair, it was one of those ones where I heard the beat first and I was like, right, I want to write something to this. And then it was, I was like, I want to start incorporating more of my singing because like, I've been doing a lot of just the rap
Yeah,
stuff.
I was gonna say the vocals are mad, bro.
No, I appreciate it, man. But
I
I've
like
been,
the build up. The build
Yeah,
up is really
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
No, I appreciate
And then
it.
switch up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been wanting to do because I can do the singing stuff. It's just I shy away from it a little bit.
Mhm.
It's
But
because you're not confident, or is it because
I think it's just like in the past, like the reception that I've got from rapping compared to singing has been
Oh.
significally better.
so that's why you
But,
fixated
like,
on that?
Even so, yeah, like when you start spitting in Japanese, in it, that's brazy to me. But like, how do you even control the crowd? Like, do you know what I mean? Get the crowd going with the Japanese, or is it? I don't know how you do that.
I feel like I don't know, like I don't know if there's like a trick to it. I
Yeah.
think it's just like I really enjoy it. Like, I really enjoy performing.
It's the energy.
Yeah, it's energy. That's
it is.
exactly what it
If
is.
you
That's
got the
what-
right energy, other people will follow
Facts.
through.
Yeah, man.
Facts. And it's,
But you have to be good.
yeah.
You have to be good.
But not necessarily. This is the thing. Like I've, especially like in Bristol, like there's a lot of like jams where you go and you just like it's just improv all evening, and you just have various musicians coming on doing.
Oh,
stuff.
sick.
And sometimes you'll get people who are shit. Like technically
But
no
they got
ability,
good crowd work.
but
Yeah.
energy is
Yeah,
there, and the
fair,
crowd
fair.
love it. They eat it up. There's people that chart that aren't particularly talented, but just energy wise, they're sick.
Yeah.
And this is, I think that's the thing with it for me. Like someone asked me, like, what does music mean to you?
Yeah.
Kind of recently, and like the first word that came to mind was energy, and it's such like a vague, wishy-washy term, but it's also like there's something about it. It's like I'm giving loads of energy, and then like if the crowd is giving that back, it's just like
then
it's
you're
great.
kind of
then I'm
empowered
getting
as well,
more, and then it's like
Yeah.
I don't know, it's something special. It's what I love about music is that performance. Like, I love performing because of that.
Music can
energy.
change your whole mood as well, isn't it?
100%.
To be fair, I listen to Korean music in it only because like I don't understand it.
Yeah, of course.
But like if it
It's
brings
usually the
energy,
case, isn't it?
I'm like vibing. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Sometimes the beats are just
Yeah.
the way they're just spitting those bars as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
It's
Hey,
just-
some K rap, yeah, the beats go hard,
Yeah.
bro. Way better than some like, you know, American rap and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
they go
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
if it's good, it's good, man. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
what language they're speaking.
Facts.
I mean, if you understand the language, it'll be even better.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, this is another thing I've been thinking about recently, and I've had conversations about this. It's like lyrics and flow and cadence and stuff. All of these are obviously part of like writing music. And like, I think flow a lot of the time, like just the way you're delivering your bars, sometimes is more important than what you're actually saying. It's like I was saying with the Japanese, like it's not particularly fluent and it's not like grammatically correct, but it's got a flow to it. Because ultimately, like if you're at a venue or if you're like, I don't know, at a club and someone's emceeing, like you want to hear something that's going to get your head bopping. You want to hear something that's going to get your head moving. It's like, and there's only certain times where you want to sit down and actually listen to lyrics. And like if you're at like a live venue, sometimes like the sound system's fucked. You can't listen to the lyrics. You can't actually tune into that. So you're just
so much
like
noise as well because there's other people around.
Exactly. So you're tuning into flow and delivery. So I think that's like
that is very important.
It's important as lyrics.
100%.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's why as well. You know, you get a lot of people who've done really well, like commercially in music.
Yeah.
Lyrically, they're not saying anything.
Yeah.
But like they've just got sick flows. Yeah. You know.
Which one do you prioritize then?
So I do. So with my like more up tempo, like grime, garage, 140 stuff flows. Like often I'll listen to a beat and then I'll be like, and I'll just like hum out a flow and then try and get lyrics that can sit on that flow. And like the content doesn't. Obviously, I'm not going to be saying stuff that's just like completely made up. But I want the flow to be like the top thing. But then I also do like that hip hop introspective stuff, like kind of Lil Kana influence stuff. And for that, it's a lot of the time I need to like get something out. I need to say something. Yeah. And flow becomes less of a priority because the lyrics are like they're at the forefront. Yeah. So it depends on the genre, to be honest. Yeah. What would you say is like a listener you focus on more? Because I've spoken to people about this, and like some people they don't care about flow. They're just there for
me.
lyrics.
It's music. It's the lyrics.
For me, it's lyrics. Yeah.
For me, it's the important part is the lyrics. If the lyrics like they slap with me, then I'm gonna like it more.
Yeah.
But then obviously,
if I can relate to the lyrics as well.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? If you can relate to it, it just hits so much harder. But that's a lot of things. It's like TV shows as well.
Yeah.
If you can relate to something, it's gonna appeal so much more to you.
But I feel like I have to be in a state like in a place where like, for example, I like the beat when I'm like when I'm surrounded by like really good sound speakers.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, you know, beat goes hard. But lyrics is like, you know, if I don't know.
Bit more chilled, you're on your own, or
chilled is like I'd rather listen to beat then.
Oh, fair.
Do you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, like lo-fi, all that kind of stuff. Studying, I'd rather
study
listen.
playlist.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Then it depends on your mood.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But like in a club, I'd rather listen to beat.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it's lyrics.
In a club.
Yeah, but you know, back when we went on the Asian nights, when the lyrics came on and I knew the lyrics, if I knew the lyrics,
I was like, I don't know.
My energy will go full on.
Yeah, true.
I didn't know the lyrics, bro. My mouth would be moving, but now it'd be coming out my mouth.
That's actually a good point, you know. That's a good point. Yeah, because you want to be able to sing along.
Yeah, you want to know.
Everyone's singing along as well.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like everyone's singing, I don't know, Soulja Boy, you're fucking singing along as well. Do you know what I mean? Like I want to know the lyrics.
Yeah.
And if I know the lyrics and I can sing along and my energy just comes up at 100%.
It depends. It depends where you are, I guess.
If I don't know the lyrics, then honestly, you just see fucking air coming out my mouth. Nothing else. No sound, just air.
Yo, you do that in the club?
Bro, sometimes I do that. Sometimes I act like I know the music, innit?
You know when the MC goes like this with the mic, and then people just like, what the fuck? You don't know the lyrics.
They've been called out. They've been caught out. You know?
Yeah,
it's just funny that because like back in the Asian nights, there'll be songs in it. Obviously, the songs I knew, I'm coming out with 100% energy and I'm bopping, I'm singing. But then I'm coming, you know, then the song that I barely know comes on, but occasionally there's a word I know in it. I see that certain word or certain sentence a bit louder.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The hook in it, the hook.
The hook.
You just start fucking ad-libs in there.
Say it closer to someone's ear so it looks like I know the music.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Have you ever considered going into like the Asian scene?
Like
Meaning like the 88 Rise, have you ever like thought about that kind of stuff, or Asian nights, or like?
Oh yeah, you'd appeal to a big audience there.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I've been told that I should think about going down that route.
The whole venue would literally be people that would be already like quite into your type of music.
Yeah. But again, though, it's like the majority of my material is not like Japanese or Asian oriented.
Yeah, but I've got like friends like, you know, like a Korean artist that well, not really a friend, but
people you know.
Yeah, people I know that was you know, he's a Korean artist, but he's rapping in like similar to you actually. It's English lyrics, but
sprinkles a bit of
the Korean lyrics in it.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I definitely want to try and connect more with the Asian community, because like within Bristol, like there's a big Asian community with them. It's mainly like international students. And I think this is probably the case in like a lot of like unis. Like I feel like the international student community is like kind of separate from the.
It's quite enclosed.
Yeah,
they're
it
stuck
is.
with
Oh,
themselves.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
back like
yeah.
when we were in university.
Yeah, man.
International students were more sort of kind of just to themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And like they even have like their own. They've got certain clubs or certain like venues that they go to perform at, and it's like for me, I'm not going to get booked for those kinds of clubs because I don't know. Maybe I'm not an international student, and therefore I'm not part of that community. Like, I'm
So you don't
Asian,
have the connections for that.
but it's exactly. So my connections don't necessarily lie within that community.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something I'm like. I've definitely thought about it.
Yeah.
Definitely thought about it. But again, it's like I don't know how much my music would appeal. It's like you were saying, like if I go to Japan, and it's like
What are you rapping in Japanese then? Because obviously,
just like the same, just like bollocks. No, it's like
At least he's honest about it, you know.
I'm not saying anything.
I'll keep it
massively
in, brother.
insightful.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like again, it's like the sort of typical grimy bars, like gassing yourself up, or just like it's a bit nothingy.
Yeah.
But it's that's something I'm trying to work on. To be fair, because it's like I
So,
know
yeah,
people rate the flows of it, and people appreciate the fact that it's in a different language.
Yeah.
I'm basically doing what I would do like for grime lyrics, but in Japanese.
Yeah.
So it's nothing particularly deep, but like if I can get to a point, I feel like when I go to Japan this year, I'm just gonna just like write.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like I could spend a week over there and gain more.
You
Like,
might get loads of inspiration as well in
Facts.
Japan, innit?
but also my understanding of the language is gonna get better in like the week that I spend in Japan than in like the 6 months I try learning it in the UK.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you think you also go to like a load of like gigs and then you might get some inspiration from that as well and
Definitely.
see how they do it, and then you might be able to bring a bit more of the Japanese music.
Japanese
into
DJ
your-
scene is crazy.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but if he
Crazy.
starts going to like, because you're gonna go to Japan in December,
Yeah.
and then you're going to more of these like musical sort of like underground sort. In Japan there's like those
Yeah.
musical sort of underground sort of gigs.
Yeah.
If you go to that, then he might become more inspired, and then sort of that will start to show more in his music
Yeah,
as well.
100%.
Yeah.
Then you might even appeal more to
Yes.
the Japanese audience.
100. Yeah. I think that's a good shout. I think like understanding more about the music, like the music culture
Yeah.
there, because at the moment like I don't know really that much about like what the music culture. I know there's like there's obviously like stuff like J-pop and there's a small grime community, but it's not an area that I'm like it's not an area of expertise.
Yeah.
So like learning about it is definitely.
Are you interested in it though?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah?
100%. Because it's like, if I'm going to be doing like representing my culture and celebrating my culture and like spitting in Japanese, I think as well, like in order to celebrate it, you kind of have to have an understanding of it.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
And I've got a bit of an understanding, but I don't think it's deep enough yet.
It's all about live research.
Bro, man, do you know what I mean? You're 20 years old, brother. Come
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Give me,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, give
yeah.
yourself some slack, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And honestly, you're doing it well already,
Exactly.
I feel like his music's gonna be even harder once he has like he's done that live research into
Just living as well,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, exactly.
So, and evolving, of course.
Yeah.
Sick, man.
Yeah. No, sick, man. Nice.
So yeah, what have you got planned? What's next then for you? Next steps.
So I've got festivals this summer, which I'm very excited about.
Yep.
It's I was saying earlier, like I made a promise to myself that I wouldn't go to any music festivals until I was booked for them.
Oh yeah,
And then this summer I've got like 5 or 6
you got bookings.
festivals.
It's a big man, bro.
That's a big man.
Yeah.
He's taking his steps already, man.
I'm
He's
excited.
come far
man.
from the time when he was in the place.
Yeah. No, I'm excited, man. So that's kind of what summer's looking like. I'm releasing music, so obviously I've got Any coming out at the end of May.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple other collab tracks over summer.
Yeah.
More singles for autumn, and then there's an EP
Come
start
on.
of next year, which is going to be that introspective.
But what's
hip-hop.
EP?
EP it stands for extended play. And it's
Okay.
4 or 5 tracks.
Yeah.
So it's shorter than an album,
Mm.
but bigger than a single.
Sorry, my bad. My musical
That's all good, bro.
technical terms is not there yet.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, man. So that's what it's looking like for the next year.
That's
It's
it, man.
Got a
lots
lot
of
of plans coming up.
Yeah.
Lot of plans coming up, and that's good
Yeah.
though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep
Exactly.
busy. And he's in uni, brother.
Yeah, his evolution's gonna come out.
Come
strong,
on, man.
Yeah. It's
We
gonna
can't
be-
even do uni, bruv. You know what I mean? We wasn't even, and he's doing gigs and
What do you mean
like,
we can't do? We
festivals.
finished uni. What are you
Yeah,
talking
Yeah,
about?
but I'm just saying. You know
You're
what I
making it
mean?
seem like we fucking dropped out.
Nah, bro. I'm not gonna talk about you, but you know what I mean? This guy's a myth, innit?
My last minute sessions were amazing. Man.
Yeah.
Fucking hell,
Cramming.
bro. I will be cramped. We'll be doing that shit last minute. Me and my mate.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, we'll be just kind of living that uni life, during uni, and then the moment the deadlines come, we're grinding last minute.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It was a myth.
Yeah.
It was actually a myth.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Are you the first Japanese artist to go to these festivals?
Ooh,
Because I feel like I
Personally.
don't know if there's any like Japanese artists like
Maybe not that we know of. I
not
don't-
that I know. Like
Yeah.
I don't know of any like big, even in apart from Joji.
that. Joji. Oh
Joji.
yeah,
Mm.
Obviously, he's Japanese or half, I think.
yeah.
But he's American, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I don't really know.
Yeah.
There's
I
probably
mean, that's a
some.
feat, brother.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? First Japanese to go to these.
To do these.
You
Yeah,
have to look
events.
into that. You know?
I mean, I was taught like when I went on The Voice, Will.i.am was like, "You're the first Japanese
Oh wow.
that we've had on the show."
Yeah.
Which I was like,
Wow.
"Nice one."
That
I'll
is
take
a big
that. I'll
feat.
take that.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, it's just about like that representation. If that is the case, and I don't know, I can't be the first. To be fair as well, Bristol and Japan, I learned this recently. They have quite a like strong link.
Really?
Yeah, there's
Is
like,
it through university programs and stuff like that?
No,
or-
no. It's like musically, historically,
Oh.
they've just had this connection. There was like a record shop in Tokyo. I can't remember the name of it, but the owner of the record shop put loads of Bristol music in his record
Oh
shop.
wow.
Oh.
So there's loads of like Bristol artists from like 20, 30, 40 years ago
Yeah.
that have like fond memories of this record shop
Oh.
and the
sad.
record shop owner. And I think he came and visited Bristol, and there was like a whole thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. There's also a big culture like apparently there's a big Japanese Jamaican culture, and like reggae. There's a big Jamaican community in Bristol.
Really?
And a big like
Yeah, I can
reggae
see that,
dub
yeah.
culture.
Japanese reggae.
Bro, I was shown like the craziest video of like this Japanese MC
Yeah.
in Jamaica speaking in like patois,
Oh my
and
days.
like this Japanese guy on stage like boomba cla, just
No
like, yeah,
way.
yeah, just like fully like going for it.
Damn.
And I was like, I've never seen this, but he was speaking in like patois and like huge crowds. There's like big sound clash.
yeah.
It was insane, and I never knew there was that history of like Japan and like
That's
sound clash
crazy.
culture. But I was shown that recently. I was like, that is nuts. So there are like Japanese MCs, and apparently they're quite well established.
There's a lot of also Japanese people in Brazil or South
Is
America. I think so.
Okay, fair. I don't know as much about that.
Yeah.
But-
I think so. I don't know if I'm. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, shit, man, that's crazy.
yeah. I know Japan and Portugal have got historically like they did trade and stuff. Like
Mm.
apparently their bakeries quite similar.
Hey, bro, the bakery. I don't know why the Japanese people.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
they
turn
make
it- my
everything
head's
better.
smug, you know.
Japanese-
Japanese turning my head so much.
Yeah,
my head's
yeah,
so-
yeah.
Bro, I swear, bro. I'm starting to see
Hey,
blurred vision.
Ben's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just looking this way.
No,
man.
because my head's been turned the entire time, innit? So now you know when and my eyes are turning as well.
It's rough.
So it's been a bit struggle. It's been a bit of a struggle with my head. You know, I told you, it's making that 1% just drop a bit slower, a bit faster.
that
sorry.
0.5%
Fucking
now.
hell, man.
Yeah, what I'll say was Japanese people always make everything better. I feel like the standard of quality is
I'm not
just
going to
so
disagree
much.
with you. I'm not going to
The
disagree.
bakery, you know what? Even like the
Japanese
steaks or
bakery.
anything, like the food over there, like the Western food in
Can
Japan,
we stop talking
is
about
much
that?
better.
Mate,
It's making
than
me
in-
jealous now, man. I really want to try it.
Yeah,
It is, man. Honestly,
it's different gravy. Like
It is.
their pastry game,
Yeah.
their sweet game.
Uncomparable.
I love like just Asian desserts.
Yeah.
Asia, it's like it's they don't put too much sugar in. I think
Nah,
that's
more
the-
savory.
It's like it's that, but it's also like they get like the textures.
Oh
creaminess.
my
Like
God.
cakes in the UK, it's gonna be most of the time like you get like a Victoria's
quite typical,
kind of-
yeah.
It's gonna be too
Chocolate
sweet,
cake.
stodgy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be alright. It's gonna fill a hole, but it's not
Mm.
like wow, this is good shit. But
Some
Can't
people
like
people
Japan.
love those though, and it's
They
just shocking
do.
because when you try like like Asian cakes, like the mango crepe cakes, for example. Oh, I love it so much. The black sesame cakes from
Do you know what I find though?
Different.
These people that do that, yeah, they dedicate their whole lives to it.
artisans.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Art, man, it's an art.
Yeah, but-
Like you said, they're artisans,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
They're just creating their art in the form of cakes.
Yeah, or anything. They
So
always
good.
dedicate their lives to that one craft.
Yeah.
I'm actually
It's
happy to do a
crazy.
video,
Always
you
in
know,
Japan.
rating
On artisans.
rating some Japanese cake shops.
Yeah,
Again,
we should
shout
do
me.
that.
My favorite is I think one of my favorite is Wa or what was it,
Wa
Sakurado?
Cafe.
Where's that?
Wa Cafe. You know, it's Wa Cafe.
Nah, bro.
Wa
where's that?
Cafe in it's at Covent Garden.
There's loads. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Wa Cafe in Covent Garden. They do things like black sesame cakes, mango
Sakurado
crepe cakes,
also.
Sakurado. They are expensive, but they're good.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah,
good.
that's
But I don't know what's good. You know what I mean? You go to
Yeah,
Japan all the
you
time.
know,
yeah,
obviously
yeah,
to
yeah.
us,
Like, it's different,
to
it's
us
different.
it's good.
Yeah,
For you,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
probably like you tried the art, you've tried it in Japan and everything. It's much
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
But for me, who hasn't been to Japan,
It's
you know,
good.
Wa Cafe, Sakurado, these are like good
Oh,
examples
check them out, man.
of
Yeah.
like Japanese cakes.
Yeah.
Like they make like like I said, mango crepe cake.
Yeah.
What's it called?
different
Matcha cakes.
Matcha cake. Yeah.
Black sesame is
Have you had mochi?
It's hard.
Yeah,
of course I
mochi,
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love mochi.
I love it as well, man. But yeah, these places do hit hard.
Yeah.
Odd.
I went to there's a like a little Japanese cafe on Brick Lane actually, and like we just wandered in there. I think by coincidence, their matcha crepe cake was like mind blowing.
Is it?
Like it was like obviously melt in your mouth is an overused term, but it was like
that good.
butter. It was like insane.
All Japanese food melt in your mouth, brother.
It
Oh
was
my god.
so good. And Mum, like again, she's the final boss when it comes to like judging Japanese food.
And what did she say?
She
loved it as well.
She loved it.
Hey, what did you say the name was again?
My mum.
No, not your mum.
Brick Lane.
The cake place.
I can't. I'll find it for you in a minute. I'll find it.
We have to check that out then one day.
It's so good.
Because if
so good.
you know, his Japanese mum is basically mouth-watering about it, then it's something we gotta try.
Yeah.
That's
so
verified, man. That's it.
Yeah. Her stamp of approval was on that.
That's it, man. It's
so good.
It goes back to our thing, like with their like the parents, the grandparents, Asian grandparents, and parents. They know their stuff when it comes to like Asian foods, isn't it?
Yeah, facts.
What do you eat at home then?
Oh, that's a good point.
What is it when I'm at home or when I'm
home?
Home. A lot of like it's like a lot of like simple Japanese food. So it's like rice and then like some sort of fried fish. And my little brother, he's very sick at cooking. Like his fried fish, I think, is some of the best fried fish.
Really?
Like Mum would headbutt me for saying that, but like
Oh my
it
God.
is like I think he's slowly.
Yeah.
Because he's just got finesse with it as well.
Ooh.
Like Mum does that like hearty Japanese
yeah.
cooking, but he's like
he knows how
he's
to
got
appeal to
finesse.
you, man.
Yeah.
He knows how to appeal to you.
Like he does that crispy skin.
Yeah.
that, like, soft.
Your mum's
tender-
trying to keep it a bit healthier without using too much oil.
He's getting
Your brother does give
butter
us.
and
He's just chucking that oil and making it crispy. So that it's just just
No, it's
lingers
so
in your
good.
mouth.
It's so good. And then like there's some sort of like veg, man. Like often like fried in miso or soy sauce. But it's like simple. It's like those three components. There's like a few different veg dishes, but that's like typical Japanese food. Like that's kind of the standard. Yeah.
And this is what you eat in Japan.
Yeah, but they live until like 100 years
I
old.
mean, no. But so what about like over here?
That's what I mean. Oh, so that's what I meant. Like when I'm at home, because like we have a lot of Japanese cooking. At home.
Yeah.
Like when in Japan, it is similar. It is
Very similar. Yeah.
Like
Tofu as well.
a lot of tofu. Yeah. And it's fish, veg, rice. Like,
What I found out though in Japan,
Yeah.
they cook with ginger.
Yeah, a lot of ginger.
We and like I feel like a lot of Asians, like Chinese, whatever, we cook with garlic.
Yeah, we use garlic a lot.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
dad
Well,
loves garlic.
not ginger as much.
No, we don't
No,
need
no ginger, not
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Garlic a lot though. My dad
Fair.
we love the garlic, man. We'll be like eating, for example, like garlic prawns, and then we eat the garlic as well.
Love garlic prawns. What are your home dishes then? What's your like
My
comfort food?
Bruv, his mum's
my mum makes
pho, man.
so basically this
Have
guy.
you tried pho before?
Have you ever
Pho?
tried Vietnamese pho?
Vietnamese.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
probably not proper.
But you tried it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. His mum makes them.
Yeah, my mum. So in my family, I think my mum is probably like one of the best when it comes to like Vietnamese soup noodle dishes.
Okay, nice.
And her pho is absolutely, I
different.
love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's absolutely
What makes it stand out? What's
top tier. It's just the flavoring, the letting it
Flavors,
marinate
bro.
overnight.
Oof.
When it marinates overnight, it's hard, it slaps.
Yeah.
I'm
And then
so
there's-
hungry.
then there's
Hey,
other-
we should cut this quick, man. We
Yeah,
gotta get
yeah,
some
yeah,
food,
there's
brother.
other dishes like
Yeah.
bun bo hue,
What's
which
that?
it's like Vietnamese. It's like a
It's a tomato base.
It's like a spicy pho. It's
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the funny thing is you can actually turn pho into bun bo hue.
Right. Okay.
So it's one of that if you cook pho, you can turn it.
Yeah, you can just turn
it into it.
Yeah.
Then there's bun ril, which is my mom's favorite. For me, it's not my favorite. But like those are like
What's that?
It's hard. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it looks like bun bo hue, but it's got like loads of like like
You're saying
egg.
Bumbo way like I know.
Yeah. I'll show it to you later.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna
yeah,
need
yeah.
some references.
essentially, when
there.
it comes to like Vietnamese soup noodle dishes, my mum makes
She's
it.
the
as
goat.
she's the
Yeah.
goat.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
cooking
Best
like
I've ever
God
had,
tier,
man.
do you know what I
Is
mean?
it?
Of all my aunties as well, and
That's big
restaurants.
compliments. I told my mum when
Like,
he said
yeah.
Wow.
And then,
okay.
Then my dad, he's more of like the sort of like fried foods, cooking things like the chicken and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But my
It's
mum
got
is
best of both worlds. Really.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's good,
man.
it's good. But recently they've been cooking Vietnamese food less and less.
Oh really?
Yeah, now they're cooking more of more white food, which I don't mind.
Shame.
But I kind of, me and my sister, we spoken about. We kind of miss the,
Do
we kind of miss the Vietnamese
Do they
cuisine.
infuse it at all?
You know what? It's kind of like it's like lottery. Like when they cook the Vietnamese food now, it's like oh thank fuck.
Yeah, we hit the jackpot.
Been a while.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But recently, like even this month, there's been a lot of like takeout as well. To be fair, that's my fault though. I've been eating a lot of Turkish food recently, man.
Yeah.
Been trying out new restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Can I get some recommendations?
I can't because my friend introduced me to the Turkish restaurant, and she doesn't want too many people knowing about it before it becomes
You're
too.
You know what? Yeah, you're a gatekeeper, bro. It's a gatekeeper.
Bro.
All I'll say is in Stoke Newington. That's all I'll say.
Alright,
It's in
alright,
Stoke Newington. There's this amazing.
We'll do it behind the cameras. We'll do it behind the cameras.
Yeah.
I just can't bait it out. I promised her. I was like, look, you know what? If you want to keep it secret, I'm going to keep it secret. We don't want to be fair. It's so good. I don't want too many people knowing about it myself. I've had it twice in the 2 weeks I've known about it.
What's have you had the same dish both times?
Yeah, the meat is just so fucking
What is
tender.
the dish?
It's just meat skewers. It's amazing.
Oh.
It's like the meat is always cooked to perfection. It's soft, it's tender.
Starving, man.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
I think,
genuinely.
should we wrap this up?
Yeah.
Get some chicken.
Wait. Is there anything else we need to speak about?
Yeah, would you like to drop your socials and stuff like that?
Yes, yeah.
And your other next gigs coming up as well.
Just drop that in here so people are aware of it.
Yeah.
And then they can check it out.
Yeah, sweet. Well, you can catch me on Instagram. It's Benji Music. Benji with a 3 instead of an E. It's the same on Spotify, so it's Benji. And then my next set. I'm doing a set in Reading. When's this coming out?
Let's say next week.
Okay, so
you have what day is it today? The 12th.
12th.
Yeah, so
13th.
13th. Okay, 20th.
Okay, cool. I will be in Reading by that point, so ignore that. But you can catch me at Love Saves the Day Festival on the 27th.
Wait, can you say that again?
Love Saves the Day.
Okay, Love Saves the Day.
Festival. It's in Bristol on the 20th.
Of course, it's Bristol.
Yeah, obviously. No, 27th, 28th.
26th though. You got your
26th.
Fucking say it properly,
Got
man.
a new single.
New single 26th.
And then Love Saves on the 27th. And then all my dates are on my socials. I've just announced all the dates, my tour, my UK tour, on my socials. So yeah, go check it out. Go stream my music.
And show your love and support, guys.
Yeah,
exactly.
man.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for having me on.
No, thank you
No,
for
man.
coming
Thanks for
through,
coming
man.
through,
It's been
man.
good. It's been good.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
This has been Bunch of Bananas, and peace out, guys.
Peace.
Yeah, we're gonna go eat.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Come on, let's go eat. Should we eat now?
Yeah, we'll go to chicken shop.
I'm gonna
Not chicken
pause
shop,
this, by the way.
sandwich shop. Yeah, pause it.